Hello. And we're live. Yes, we are live. Who knock knock? Who's there? Mm-hmm. I see. I do. Well, happy November 29th to you all. As you come in and as you come in and unwind and get yourself acclimated to the atmosphere of this room while you decompress and let life's worries fall off your shoulders, because they will when you come in here. Because we draw a brighter path to what the future is. We know what the truth is for this country. It's a great elixir. It's a great elixir. Yeah, so we'll let some people come in. Some people I call friends. Marvelous Mel. Knock, knock. Yes, I am here, as I reported earlier. Yes. And what's up, D? Joe? Mr. Nazawa? Yes, it is Batman. I'm Batman. I'm in the cave. And now, take, the play. Bill. Thank you. I'm happy to be out here. I'm happy to be hitting this baseball. Not gonna lie, it's a lot of fun. Like choking on the bat and delivering a good hit. Okay? Like to hit the long ball. Chicks dig the long ball. Okay? All right, I'm not going to lie. Trump could come out this entire stream at multiple times tonight because I'm just feeling great about everything. So, I don't know. Next biggest thing until the next biggest thing, right? Feel like Patriots are in total control. As a matter of fact, Bill, you're 100% correct. Okay? Patriots are in control. We have very much planned for this situation. Okay? We planned for this situation. We're not going to let down you, the American people. Okay? We're not going to let down you. Because you are fake news and I am the President of the United States. Okay? It's true. All right. Well, we'll let things fill up. I don't know. Feeling great, though. Let me tell you, I feel good about stuff. I feel really good. I see, I listen, I hear there's panic in them there hills, people. There's panic in the hills. And we'll get into it. But so great to see all you guys. I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. I mean, I was just telling the family, yesterday, I said, really doesn't kind of feel like the holidays. I mean, I know it is. We did turkey, we did ham, but there was like 8 of us in our immediate family, because that's just how the math adds up. And, normally it's like a 25 to 30 person event. So, it just feels different, but it's okay. It's all for the greater good. It's kind of like we have to go through this and, remember what the really important things are. And maybe some of you are like, no, it was great that it was smaller. It's way better. I don't know. But, I don't know. We'll see. I see Redneck Prepper here. How you doing, Redneck Prepper? Oh my goodness. How are you guys? Wow. Here we go into the last few days of November, right? November. Do you remember in 2020, November? Mm-hmm. I see you. I see you, sir. It's good to see you. Mm-hmm. Every last one of you. I am going to be a cheerleader for this movement until we get across the finish line. I know you guys are too. I know we're all going to be there cheering this on. We got this. We got this, right? That was not better. We got this. We definitely got this. Tony's good. Mel's good. Joe's good. D's good. Is always good. I saw Wallace earlier. He good. He real good. And Bill's good. I'm good. I feel really phenomenal about where we are. My president is not stressed out. Not even that much. My president is not stressed out. Therefore, I am not stressed out. So, and I have no reason to be stressed out because the truth has very much been laid out in front of us. The filings are happening. Now, those that are within the Mockingbird media will say that all the, back to this point that they've had everything thrown out in this. It doesn't matter. None of it matters, right? Back to this point. Belabor the point. But this is the point because this is the point that gets him reelected is that it has to, it's going to have to fail. They're going to have to certify in some places. They have to do it to commit the crime. And then it goes up to the Supreme Court. And the evidence it's already there. I mean, there's so much, it's not going to matter. So this is how it feels like it's going to go, right? It's going to go back down and each individual state will vote. We'll see how that goes. But I feel amazing right now. Like tide has turned. You have some of the mainstream television. I heard CNN was with Fareed Zahara came on and was talking about the very direct path that Donald Trump has without really having to do anything is to just let this play out and let it play out through the courts and let it play out up to the Supreme Court where it will inevitably be kicked back down from all the voter fraud into the states in the House of Congress, individual state vote, which again, the Republicans hold the majority. So if it has to go that route, it will. But I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see. I feel amazing, as usual, about this. I think the plan has shown itself to be worthy to, listen, not relax, but to definitely know that the Patriots are in control. They're in control of what's going on right now. Their reactions to everything going on, or the lack thereof, their reactions, is proof behind all of the proof we've had over the course of now 3.5 years. They're calm, cool, and collective, knowing that this is mirrored beyond or in the shadows of The Art of War, or also known as The Art of the Deal, Donald Trump's book, but largely influenced by The Art of War and how an enemy in business can much be viewed as an enemy back in that day when you have to kill him. But he did. He turned into a samurai in business. He was a killer. And that's what he's done. And so I can't help it. It has to play out. It has to play out in front of everybody. We're told this too. Now, again, I sound redundant because I'm not listening to anything that's on any of the mainstream televisions. I'm not. I'm watching the channels and listening, but everything seems to be coming in for a steady landing. Everything's coming in for a nice steady landing. Feels definitely like we're about to get some bombshell type drops. Maybe not on that channel, but in life, like unavoidable pieces of information that are just going to be devastating to the deep state. It's shoot at will right now. They can shoot at any point in time that they want to right now. They have them so dead to rights. No, some of you guys have heard, and I've heard, Joe Biden fell and hurt his ankle at some point in time today, and now is wearing a boot because of a hairline fracture potential. There's speculation there. You guys aren't. I don't need to even say what that means, but you know that way makes way for a monitor to be inside of a boot. And there was a video surfacing today that maybe some of you saw that it was, I think it was Chinese, maybe television in Hong Kong, where what he was saying was allowed. Not 100% sure, but at any rate, it looked like a professional Eastern part of the world dialogue between two people that were doing, an interview, and there were subtitles, and it came out that he said that basically Biden reached out to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and had basically just before today, and it basically said that he knew that he was going to be investigated, that the overwhelming majority of the information that's coming out showing the fraud is just going to destroy it all, but also that he knew it would launch the investigations into his dealings with Ukraine and China, and that part of his plea deal would be that he would step down from this race and accept like the fraud that President Trump is the actual winner, in lieu of him pardoning him and his entire family, including Hunter Biden. Now, that's not vetted. I absolutely saw the interview. Maybe some of you guys did. But take it for what it's worth. I mean, the house of cards is truly crumbling down right in front of us right now. It's crumbling down. So in desperation, and this guy claims to be a very, very credible sourced individual, claims to be, and I get how that sounds, but he was speaking very matter-of-factly, and it sounds like an odd thing to lie about, like something like that seems odd to lie about, and then miraculously Joe hurts his foot, playing with the dog. And aren't there all those comms like in the drops over the years about dogs, and dog will have his day and all that stuff? There's all that kind of stuff in there. And all of a sudden he miraculously hurts his ankle playing with the dog, and now he's got to wear a boot. So I don't know if what this guy was saying is true. Great. It means the plan's coming along splendidly. It's plausible. But at any rate, what's going on in the exposure of the election fraud is wonderfully, wonderfully comforting to me. I'm very comforted by the acceptance of the people in and what they know to be real, and that's that Donald Trump is their president. They know this. The only people not believing this is mainstream television. That's the only people not believing this. And that's again why they have no traction. They have no traction. They don't have an ounce of credibility in them at all. And everybody sees through them. And everybody sees through the Democrats. And this is, they're being put on center stage with Biden thinking that he won. They just didn't even know how to react to the fact that they let him think he won. And now they just pull all the Jenga pieces out from underneath them, and they're just crumbling. And it's really starting to get good because they're really starting to crumble right now. I mean, the pressure's on, the heat is on. All the bullshit information that's coming out of Georgia with the bullshit water leak, all that, Michigan, all of it. It's all just starting to ramp up, and the pressure is getting to them big time. And that's what happens when you cheat a country from who they really want to be in that position, is that the person that you're trying to put in there has no momentum because it's all phantom ballots. President Trump says the go word for some sort of action in America to march peacefully in defiance of this election. I mean, the amount of numbers of people that would come out will devastate anything that Guinness has ever published for people. I mean, if he demanded it, but he's not going to demand that. He's not. I mean, those are organic. The ones that are showing and showing up right now, they're organic and they're huge. This president doesn't need to do that. He doesn't. They have them dead to rights. And that's how I walk through life with a smile on my face, is that I know that we are in tremendous hands. We are in tremendous hands with this plan. It wasn't another 4-year election. I know over the last years of my channel, I have played you guys a certain clip that you know good and well what it is. And there's some channels that I watch that have played this clip more specifically just in the last week. And it's like they are they're huge, and they're broadcasting it to people as like, hey, listen to this now and think about it. Think about how it looks and how it pertains to what we're going through right now versus when we heard it. And this is a speech that you guys have all heard and know very well from my channel, but I'm going to play it one more time tonight just because these major channels are playing it. And I think it really does send the right message for where we're at right now. So allow me this indulgence, if you would, to listen to, in my opinion, the greatest president that America has ever had up until now.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt. Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exists for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another 4-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not We, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever is necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefits of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back and we will make America great again.
You bet your sweet Bippy. That's what he gonna do. That's what he's gonna do. That's the speech that will go down in infamy for our generation, for this president. That speech single-handedly called out to a T everything wrong with the deep state and pointed exactly to the power structure. And it didn't go to the unnamed power structure. We're going to get to that after his reelection. Okay? Let's not forget. We're about to go into an intermission. Trump's about to win his reelection. That's going to happen. Act 2 involves taking down the central bank. It's going to go through a restructure. Remember, he put Andrew Jackson on the wall of the Oval Office for a message to the deep state. Here you go. We're taking down your money system. That's it. You're done. Yeah, I hear it is going to be biblical. What's biblical? Does that mean people go to jail? No, biblical means that like people get erased. Like swift justice is biblical, not jail. We'll see what happens. Kind of sounds like all the deals that were going to be cut were cut. Maybe Joe Biden just cut his very last chance at a deal. I don't know. I mean, never forget the heinous crimes. You're never going to see it from the mainstream television, but we've been shown exactly what these people have been up to. And it ain't pretty. Their world is ugly. We should be pissed off that they had such an ugly world that we had to be exposed to wake up to, that they could have this kind of world. That's how disgusting their world is. It's like they're like, we're above you and you don't deserve to know our business. And we're like, we don't want to know your business. But now that we know it, your business is not good. Your business is bad, is real bad. You guys do some appalling shit. And like get all the wealth. That gravy train's over. That gravy train is over. It's going to be a shift and balance in the paradigm of power, my friends. It's coming. It's coming soon, I think. So I came on, I didn't have a lot to say. There was one thing I wrote down today, and I really didn't put a whole lot of thought into it outside of, people talk about gematria and that kind of stuff. And I've watched a couple things and listened to a couple people with what they think about gematria. I don't think much about it, but for some reason, and I'm not kidding you, I never do this. But for some reason today, President Trump put a tweet out. And what he did is he specifically listed the where the voting irregularities were, okay? But he did it in a way, I'm going to find it right now. Maybe because he tweets a lot. But basically what he did is he went through and he pinpointed the 4 cities where the most amount of problems were. And what he did is he said, what's basically the problem is what's going on in Detroit and Atlanta and Philadelphia and Milwaukee and he capitalized them each because obviously they're cities. But he went on to talk about the voter fraud and everything. And then my mind you, I didn't even think twice about this, but I decided I'm like, I wonder what that adds up to. Like all the capitalized letter. Well, D equals 4 for Detroit. A for Atlanta equals 1. A. Philadelphia, P equals 16. Milwaukee, M equals 13. When you add them all up, it equals 34. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could just go to like Q drop 34 and just like see what it says? If it says anything interesting, like maybe I'll check that out, you know? So I went to Q drop 34, and it's the one that says, my fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS's order, we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from primary fallout. That number adding up to where all the fraud is equals 35. And it's probably nothing, obviously, but it's funny that something like that could make me go back and read a drop that somehow seems very pertinent to right now what's going on. Like just doing something like that, like that's obviously in the very, very near future. What I just read is in the very near future, no matter how this plays out. I don't know. I'm a cheerleader, man. I'm cheerleading for this country. I'm cheerleading for Trump. I'm cheerleading for all of you. You guys are beautiful, wonderful patriots. We all are. Everybody's beautiful that follows this movement and goes along. You are incredible individuals. You really are. I mean, you're not cut from the cloth. You're a trailblazer if you're down this path. And that's something to be, I think, not only proud of, but like loud about. Like, you're correct with what's going on, with everybody around you, with the 100% of or 99% of the people around you who think they know what's going on with life. You know what's going on right now. And that should feel great, even though it doesn't feel great. But there's going to be a time when it feels really good. So don't lose hope. I know you haven't. I haven't. I'm not sure how to react through all this. I mean, basically, we're just going through this. We're riding this through and saying they just have to, like, expose the stuff, and it goes to the Supreme Court, and it has to play out this way. And it's like, yes, well, obviously, Ruth Bader Ginsburg not making it through and being replaced by Amy Coney Barrett was probably a very strategic move in the plan. And I think all eyes and expectations should be there for now, right? That's logically, that's where the next move is in all of this. Right now, they have to ramp up and show the fraud so that even the few ardent Biden supporters go, man, this looks really bad for Biden. Again, to the point, where are the 80 million people that voted for this guy? This thing is going to implode right in their faces. They're going to be sitting with a giant pie in the face. When this is done, giant pie in the face, they're done. And it's delicious to watch. How are you not enjoying some of this as the news cycle goes? But you're not watching mainstream television. If you're watching mainstream television, you're very upset and you're feeling frazzled and you're feeling like maybe this isn't patriots in total control. And for that, I say, you get the medicine you give yourself. If you sit and watch Fox News thinking for a second they're going to change and jump on Team Trump, no, you're wrong. But the truth is out there, and what's really going on is out there, and it's not on mainstream television. You have to find it for yourself. And when you do, it's liberating. When you realize that you're going to win and not be tied into this bullshit that they're trying to spin on these like national news networks, they lose all their power. All their power goes away. It's gone. And they're done. And we win. We win. That's how it goes. God bless you all. I love you all. Keep your chin up. Keep your resolve tight. Keep your mental fitness on point. You're in the right direction. You know what's going on. God's behind this movement. There's no doubt. I mean, if you look at what's getting wrecked and what they're doing to try to get rid of this man over the last 4 years, there's a divine intervention. So pray for the president, pray for the team, pray for his legal team, pray for Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood and everybody within the campaign for Trump and everybody within the Trump family. Pray for a hedge of protection around the White House and around all the people that are all through the cabinet that are behind Trump. And pray for, while you're doing that, pray for yourself and pray for a hedge of protection around you and yourself and your family and against your thoughts. And pray for your own self and ask for yourself. Ask for your needs to be met. Pray for that and ask for it and say, I'm on the right side of history, God, and I want the right stuff to come out. And I want my needs to be met. And here's what I need in life. And I'm counting on you to deliver it and proclaim it. Do it. Do it. Because I think that and lots of other things are going to reveal themselves to show us that there is a very, very incredible new direction that America is about to set its gaze on. And it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be truly earth-changing. It's going to change the direction of the world. I think it's beautiful. I think it's going to actually be really, really great. So keep your chin up, like I said earlier. Pray and, let any of that negativity wash off you. Like water off a duck's back. Let it wash off you. So I love you. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.